Rock players. Rock players. The scale that your favorites use, like Slash and Zakk Wylde and more, that they're keeping a secret from you. But today, the secret's unleashed. Right here at MakoMusicOnline.com. So, I'm a rock guy. I'm a Pentatonic guy. I love some Eric Clapton, some Jimmy Page. But then, along came this record, Appetite for Destruction, by Guns N' Roses. And Slash was in there, playing a scale that I don't know what scale it was. And I looked it up on guitar magazines, and it said, he's going from Mixolydian to Dorian. He's not doing any of those things. He's just playing notes that happen to correlate to them. And I went on this mission to find out what kind of scale it was. And it took me a while, because I'm not that bright, but I figured it out, and I'm going to teach it to you. And it's basically what one would call a Penta-Chromatic scale. So I'm going to give you some examples of that. So what it is, instead of just playing something like, it's, right? And that adds chromatic notes to it. But there's a distinct formula that works. So we'll take a little bit of time and show you examples of how you can add these chromatics in, and some just really easy rules to follow to make it happen. So we're going to start with the A minor pentatonic. Now this might be an A minor pentatonic scale you're unfamiliar with. We're going to start on a G, and we're going to do a whole step. Then we'll start on the C, do a whole step. We're going to move over, 5th fret of the A string, 5-7, 5-7, 5-7 on the G string. Move up, 7-9 on the G string. Move up a string, 8-10 on the B string, 8-10 on the high E string. So it is the notes of a pentatonic, not exactly 100% in non-redundant, non-repetitive order, but it uses all the notes, but it's all whole steps. Cool? So those are all whole steps. So one thing I noticed in this technique that Slash, Zakk Wylde, and some of the other funkier hard rock guitarists do is they will just fill up the whole step. So instead of this, it's this. Instead of this, it's this. Instead of this, it's this. So on and so forth. So it ends up on the beginning and end note being pentatonic and really bringing to mind pentatonic, but giving you that chromatic note which gives you more speed. Instead of that, so pentatonic would be, with the chromatic it'd be, so instead of something like this, it's this. So just by filling up those whole steps, I just went. Now I know what you're thinking, it can't be that easy, right? It is. But that's not all there is to it, right? But that's not all there is to it, right? Correct. Because we see with this pentatonic scale, it's not a whole steps, right? If we're doing it, we have these 3 fret distances, which we call minor thirds. I don't know why this works, but this is the rule. When you do a minor third, the chromatic note is the one right before the second note. So if you have these 2 notes, the chromatic note's this one. If you're doing this, the chromatic note's this one. Okay? So instead of, we have the chromatic, right? So we look at something like, that would be the first 3 positions of pentatonic. It'd be, and that works because instead of this, we're doing this. Instead of this, we're doing this. Instead of this, we're doing this. doing that. Just adding those chromatics makes it so instead of doing a pentatonic lick like this, you can add to it. And that's it, your Penta-Chromatic scale.